What up, YouTube? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of What You Talking About? I'm your host, Supercurt. This is my main man and co-host, JMAC.
What's good, YouTube?
I got Jkidd in studio.
What up, everybody?
And we got the great RickyG on the line.
What up, Austin, Texas?
And we got a jam-packed show, so we're going to get it started with the top 5 running backs in the NFL.
I'm going to kick it off here. My top 5 consists of number 1, Arian Foster. If I was starting a franchise, I would want that man on my team. Last year, 25 years old of age, still pretty young as far as is concerned. 278 attempts, 1,224 yards, 10 touchdowns. That's 4.4 yards per carry. Also had 53 receptions for 617 yards. He's 6'1", 229 pounds, so his stature's very good. And he had 5 fumbles, and 3 of them were lost. So that's a little downside of him. But still, his stature, everything. The only question mark I have him going into this year is that vegan situation. We'll see if he can overcome that, see if he can still maintain these stats. Adrian Peterson, right behind him, the beast. 27 years old, so he's a little bit older. 208 attempts, 970 yards last year. He didn't play all season. But still only with the 970 yards, still had 12 touchdowns. 12 touchdowns, 4.7 yards per carry. He's 6'1", 217 pounds, so a little bit lighter than Arian Foster, but he can truck people better than Arian Foster can. Arian Foster is more elusive. Adrian Peterson is powerful. Maurice Jones-Drew. What else can I say about him other than the fact that he's the only player on that team that's worth really anything? The dude is the entire team, the entire offense. 343 attempts last year, 606 yards. 1,606 yards, excuse me. 8 touchdowns, 4.7 yards per carry. 443 receptions, 374 yards off of those receptions. He's 5'7", so he's short like a Barry Sanders, not as good as Barry Sanders, but still pretty elusive just due to the size, and he's 210 pounds, so he still has some stature with him as well. Chris Johnson, we know what he didn't do last year, but we also know what he's capable of. So I'm not even going to go through his stats last year because they're just embarrassing, to be honest. Only 4 touchdowns. Had 1,000 yards, 1,047 yards. It's pretty good, but it's still not what Chris Johnson's capable of. He can be a 2,000-yard rusher if he really, put it full effort into it. LaShawn McCoy and Marshawn Lynch are my 5A, 5B. I couldn't really figure out which one I would rather have on my team, and if I was going with a franchise myself. But those are my top 5 right there.
What do you think, Jeff?
I don't know. Mine's a little different than that. I'm going to have to go with probably saying Arian Foster, my number 1, Adrian Peterson, number 2. 3 spot, mine would probably switch up a little bit. Still go with Chris Johnson. And then throw in Maurice Jones-Drew. And then out of Matt Forte and Ray Rice, I have in my number 5. Those guys are pretty good, and they got power. I don't know, shit.
Power game.
But
pretty good.
Yeah, what you think about that, Rick? What's your top 5?
Well, mine's a little bit different than yours, man. I actually got MJD ranked number 1 because I kind of took the question as like, coming into this season, who's the best runner, the top 5 running backs? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So last year he had the most yards out of anybody, 1,606 yards on 343 carries. I mean, you can't overlook that by any means. The dude is a 1,000-yard rusher damn near every single season, if not every single season. So I mean, you can't overlook that. I got Ray Rice number 2. He continually bails out Joe Flacco for his lack of performance. So I got to give mad props to Ray Rice. He makes holes where there ain't any holes at. So he's a key player on that offense. I got LaShawn McCoy at number 3. I got Arian Foster at number 4, and Michael Turner at number 5, actually.
Okay.
The reason I have it ranked like that is because each one of those players had over 1,300 yards. Everybody else was pretty low, except for Arian Foster. He had 1,224, like Jason stated earlier. So, I mean, I like my top 5. I got a couple honorable mentions. I got Adrian Peterson, of course. The only reason I didn't put him up there is because last season he tore his ACL and MCL. So, I mean, coming back, there's always a lot of doubt with athletes, but for some reason, nobody doubts Adrian Peterson. I mean, I guess I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'll be the one that doubts him, even though I know he's a physical specimen that's beyond anything that anybody's ever seen, But other than that, another honorable mention I got is like Steven Jackson. Like I told y'all before, man, I said, to me, I thought he was a LeBron James. He always had a great season, yet he never wins anything. Obviously, the team ain't that great.
Yeah, it's a shame the team
he
plays
averaged what? He had 1,145 yards on 260 carries, 5 TDs. That ain't bad, you know, considering he was out damn near more than half the season.
Right.
You know? So, I mean, if he can stay healthy, that man is a beast on the field. So I like him a lot. Jamal Charles got hurt the first week.
Yep.
He's going to be a very big impact on that offense. Chris Johnson's definitely going to be coming up. And I actually like Ryan Matthews. Ryan Matthews showed a lot to me last season. And I think he's going to continue with this season. You know, he's the premier back on that offense now. And I think they're going to gain a little bit more trust in him. So it should be good to go. I got a couple sleepers, actually. I think that DeMarco Murray is actually going to be a very big sleeper for me. And Darren McFadden. I think that those are going to be like two really good players. Y'all need to keep an eye out for them. They had decent seasons last year, but they didn't really get enough PT. You know, Darren McFadden got hurt a little bit, kind of stuffed the season. You know, they got Carson Palmer. It's definitely going to make those receivers better. It's going to open up a lot more of the running game for Darren McFadden. So he's going to have a big season. DeMarco Murray showed why he's better than Felix Jones, and I think Felix Jones don't even deserve to be on the field with DeMarco Murray, in my opinion. But that's just my thoughts, like I said. And keep an eye out for my rookie running back, David Wilson. I keep repeating it. I'll tell you again. Amar Bradshaw, as soon as he goes down with an injury, this boy's going to step up, and y'all going to be shocked and amazed by this kid's character, by this kid's speed, elusiveness, breaking tackles, and everything, man. Keep an eye out for David Wilson. Top 5, NJD, Ray Rice, LaShawn McCoy, Arian Foster, Michael Turner.
All right.
Mine's a little different. I did my list the same way Ricky did,
Going into
top
the
5
season.
going into the season. But my number 1 guy, I got Adrian Peterson coming off the injury. Last time he was injured, he had the shoulder injury. He came out. He had an excellent season. His rookie NFL season. Came out. He had like a 296-yard game.
Yeah, so he had some crazy
296-yard game, most in the
Yeah.
NFL. Like Jason said, he still managed to get 12 touchdowns last year on 208 attempts, 970 yards, which is pretty good. He was damn near at 1,000 yards,
he was right there.
missing all those games. So
Yeah, for sure.
I got him as my top running back coming into next year. I think he's gonna, be like, try to answer the questions that everybody has. Is his knee gonna be okay? Is he gonna be the same runner? I think he'll be the same runner. Might be a little bit slower, a little bit tentative the first couple of games, but watch out, Adrian Peterson will be the same running
I don't
back.
know, that ACL.
It's an injury.
That's a hard injury.
It is.
So for a running back, it gives all the planning that you got to do. But I don't know. I had him at number 2. So
Right. I saw recently. I saw Robert Griffin III. He had his ACL and then came back the next season and got Heisman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so
True.
with the doctors they have nowadays, I kind of I kind of trust the doctors a little bit and give the people matter of fact, Brandon Roy.
Yeah, it's coming back with no cartilage.
Coming back, no cartilage, so they got something going on with these doctors. But the second guy I got, my second guy I got Arian Foster. I think he's going to be the second best back next year. I think he's going to come out and do pretty much what he did this year or last year with 278 attempts with 1,224 yards. He had 10 touchdowns, not as much as Adrian Peterson, you know what I mean, but I think he'll have more this year. He has more of a throwing offense, it's not just straight line.
You got Andre Johnson,
Right.
For sure, yeah.
Third, it's going to surprise you, I got McFadden. Look out for him. He has glimpses of being a star. I think this is actually going to be his breakout season where he makes it known. You know what I mean? In the combine when he tested, all his numbers were better than Reggie Bush's and Adrian Peterson's when he tested out of the combine. One game he had last year was kind of his breakout game. He had 171 yards in one game, and then as far as the season, he had 113 attempts, 614 yards. So that's pretty good. He was almost 400 yards away from 1,000. And 4, I got Jones Drew. I think he's going to do really good. I think he'll have a lower year compared to these other guys. I think these other guys are going to step up a little bit. I think him carrying the load for so long is going to finally take his toll. And then
for sure.
I got Ray Rice at 5.
Okay.
He was second in the league last year in rushing yards. So I think he's gonna, he'll still be on the top of his game. I put him on the top of my list.
They like to run the ball.
Yeah, they run it all the time.
Ray Rice was right there. I couldn't. I would rather have LaShawn McCoy or Marshawn Lynch, but he was right there, and he really was. Not knocking any of the people that I didn't mention. Steven Jackson obviously is in that mix as well. Jamal Charles is my lookout guy for next year.
Yeah, that's good.
Coming off that injury, like Rick said. Look out for him because that dude is fast, crazy fast.
Crazy.
So
Yeah,
watch
he got
out for him.
shapes.
Yeah, watch out for him next year.
Hey, I was gonna say, where y'all got Frank Gore? I didn't hear nobody say nothing about Frank Gore.
I thought about
He's
Frank
in there.
Gore. I
But
just,
he's
I
a
didn't put him
top
in my
10.
top 5.
He's a top 10 to me. I'll put him in a top 10.
Okay. I was just curious about that. I think that he's a very big impact player on that offense, and he's actually going to open up a lot more stuff for Alex Smith and the receivers that he brought in, you know?
Right.
So I be on the lookout for Franco. I think he's going to have another good season as well.
I definitely can't argue that. But last night, Amir Khan had his title shot, or actually had a championship fight last night. Belts unified against Danny Garcia, undefeated up-and-comer. He was supposed to be, Lamont Peterson was supposed to be fighting Amir Khan last month. He failed a drug test, yeah. So Amir Khan got stuck fighting Danny Garcia, and started off as a great fight. Amir Khan started off sharp, crazy dominant. It looked like he was just going to tear this man apart. And he got caught.
I was getting ready to go to sleep, actually. I was like, man, I'm going to turn it off. I was like, this fight's done, man. I can go to sleep at my usual 9:30 or whatever. And then, you know, like, he got caught, and I was like, oh, my God, I can't believe it. I thought he would be able to get back up and regroup, actually.
Right.
I didn't think his corner did a good enough job in getting him back ready. Maybe they should have took, like,
I was telling Justin earlier.
slapping him in the face.
Yeah, throw some water on his face, shake his head, rub his legs, you know, get those muscles back warmed up again, get the head straight. Because he came out in the next round and still was wobbly. He got punched the first punch, and he was pretty much about to fall again.
Right.
But still, mad props to Amir Khan. He showed tremendous heart. He was still throwing punches still to the end. You know, but in boxing it happens. You know, I don't knock Amir Khan for doing anything wrong because he didn't do anything wrong. Threw a good combination. He just missed a punch. He got countered. He got hit right on the neck, right behind the ear. Your equilibrium is done. Your equilibrium is done. But Danny Garcia, look out for him. I was watching him fight. He's not ready yet. He got him with a good punch. If that rematch ever does happen, I hope it does, Amir Khan should easily beat him next time around. But what do you think, Rick? What was your opinion on the fight last night?
I thought it was actually a really good fight, man. Like I was telling you right out the gate, it was, you know, action-packed. It was swinging hard, you know, and I kept seeing Danny Garcia trying to, like, you know, land that left hand, actually, and that right, but they were haymakers, man, just coming from left field, you know? And when it finally landed, I mean, I think it showed how much power the dude really has, even though, in my opinion, it was a lucky punch because, like I said, he'd been missing the whole fight, and he just happened to, he did the right thing, you know, he bobbed back, and as soon as Amir Khan missed, he nailed him with that left hook right in the neck, man. So, I mean, like, the counter was great. I still think it was a lucky punch just because of where it landed and how he went down. But after that, Garcia didn't look back, and he played it perfectly. You know, he didn't gas himself. He didn't try to rush to end the fight. Now, he was picking and choosing his spots, and he was actually very accurate to finish the fight. I think that it could have been a questionable stoppage, but like you pointed out to me earlier, Jason, and I saw it for myself as well.
Yeah, that referee cam.
When they showed that referee cam, when they showed his eyes, Amir Khan's eyes, he was glazed over, dude. Like, he was nervous at all.
It was the slowest yes I've ever seen.
You know?
He did say yeah, though. And then
he didn't even say, he actually kind of nodded his head, and he said, you okay? He said, okay.
I didn't see the ref actually, the ref said, are you okay, Khan? Amir? And then he didn't say come towards me, though. And then, like, I thought if he would have did that, if Amir didn't come, then it was good to stop the fight. I think he should have gave Amir that chance to come forward.
There was about 40 seconds left in that round.
Right. You know, he could have survived. I mean, it wasn't looking too good because I didn't think his corner was telling him to do enough. He told him, Freddie Roach told him to, you know, you got to run, try to wrap up.
Get your head
but
together.
He really didn't wrap up, you know. I mean, it was probably his head.
But that's Amir Khan. He's a crowd pleaser, like I was telling y'all earlier. You know, he's not going to just tie up. He's going to try to punch back, you know, because he's like a Manny Pacquiao.
Right.
He's like, man, you hit me, all right, let's go. I'm going to hit you back. It's give and take with him. And but Amir Khan, his career is nowhere near done. He's still a tremendous boxer, in my opinion. I think he has a lot of skill. And I think he'll be on top once again. He was talking about moving up to 147. I think he should stay at 140, get a rematch, and get that belt back from Danny Garcia, and then move up to 147 and see what kind of damage he can cause in that division. Because that's where the money's at right now, 147, 154. Also, just recently, I'm sure a lot of y'all basketball fans out there heard Kyrie Irving has called out Kobe Bryant. You know, it started off with a $50,000 bet to go to the winner's charity. Since then, from what I understand from another one of our friends, RickyG, big shout out to him. He actually said that the bet has gone up to 150 grand. You know, and it's still the winner. The money goes to the charity, the winner's charity. So my question is, who would win?
Kobe, hands down, man.
I got Kobe winning barely. I got Kobe winning. If they go to 21, I got Kobe 21-17, 21-18. I think that youth. I think that youth and that you know what I mean? Kobe has experience in like NBA games, but one-on-one, I don't think he's played that in a long time. And these young guys out here with these little slick moves, I think that would, you know, take their toll on Kobe trying to guard that for, you know, a full.
Yeah. And Kyrie Irving's a more fundamental player than a lot of
people
to the other guys like Russell Westbrook and all them.
Yeah.
He likes to play smart basketball. So I mean, yeah, he's gonna give Kobe Bryant a challenge, but I don't know.
I say it's a challenge, but not on the 21-17, 21-18 level. I say 21-12, 21-13. And then the reason being, Kobe Bryant's game is strictly just made for one-on-one, in my opinion. He plays two-on-one half the time in the games that he plays in because people are constantly double-teaming him. He still gets 28 points a game. The size advantage that he has him, if it's a make-it-take a game to 21, Kyrie Irving better hope he gets the ball first, because that's all Kobe needs to do is back him down in the post, because Kobe Bryant's post game is pretty damn good for being a shooting guard. It's right up there with the footwork, the fadeaway jump shot. You know, he has a nasty game, and it's all, you know, predicated off a one-on-one basis. He knows how to beat people one-on-one. Not knocking Kyrie Irving, because I think he's a tremendous player, up-and-comer. He's going to have a great career, a stellar career. Probably one of the best point guards to ever play the game, possibly at the end of his career. Not the best, but it could be in that argument. But Kobe Bryant, he's Kobe, he's the Black Mamba. You don't challenge the Mamba, man. Anybody that challenges the Mamba gets bitten, and it's going to happen to him.
What's your thoughts on that, Rick?
Kobe hands down, based off of post game and height. I don't think experience comes into play when you're one-on-one. I don't think that anything like that comes into play, honestly. I think one-on-one is probably the hardest thing to play when you play basketball, just because each person has their own ability. Kyrie Irving's definitely an up-and-comer. I'm not counting that dude out by any means. If it was a game to 21, he'd be probably out 21-17, 21-16 in my opinion. Kobe Bryant, like I said, hands down, dude's amazing post-game. Who did you learn from? Olajuwon? Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
One of the best post players ever.
That dude, I mean, there ain't nobody going to stop your game because nobody stopped his game, you know? So all you have to do is back him down the post. 21 is normally typically played. Like, make it take it. You know, so boom, right there, it's a wrap. You know, Kobe Bryant, hands down.
I agree. They played 5 games, Kobe won 5 of them. And one of those games, it might be a 21-17, 21-18 game, one of those games. But overall, Kobe Bryant's going to beat them every time they play until Kobe's 50 years old and can't run no more. Kobe is going to be, he's a stellar athlete, one of the best I've ever seen play the game. Like I said, not knocking Kyrie because the dude's got handles, got speed. That's all he has over Kobe Bryant. He doesn't have the defense that Kobe has. He's an on-the-ball defender, one of the best in my opinion in the league. So I think he'll be able to slow down Kyrie Irving to the point where he'll be able to get to 17.
And that thing, Kyrie Irving did tweet that he gave a mad respect to Kobe Bryant, who is quote-unquote the greatest player in the league today.
Yep.
So that should say a lot about what he's trying to say, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Word. And I like the confidence. I like the swagger from Kyrie.
Yeah.
You know, as a competitor, I know when I play ball, nobody could beat me. I don't care who it was. I was playing Jordan. You guarantee I'll say I could beat you because I'm a competitor. I know what I'm capable of, even though I know in the back of my head he's going to beat me. I would never say it. I would never admit it just because I'm a competitor. You know,
he put $150,000. That's a grip for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
he's under a rookie contract. He's under a rookie contract.
Yeah, you know,
so
he must think he got
still
some
making
game.
sleep on for sure.
Yeah, they're still getting paid.
Yeah, he's making money.
Yeah.
Hey, can I bring something up also? What is this a remind y'all of, dog? What does it remind y'all of? I was the original dream team. They were competitive. In practice, it was basically like a game. Everybody was trying to beat each other, all that type of stuff. Recently, there's been a lot of controversy of who would win. You know, the old school team or this team. You know, there was the competitiveness level, all that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, you hear Kyrie Irving calling out his teammate.
Right.
You know, he's calling out. I'm not saying he's on the Olympic team. I'm just saying he's calling out.
He's on the select team, though. You know, he's an alternate.
So
He's
it
an
kind of
alternate.
reminds you like they're trying to get like some kind of, you know, little back and forth banter, which is good for the game. You know,
For sure.
I think it's going to hype everybody up, kind of bring a little bit more attention to the USA team. But yeah, I mean, I think that's good stuff right there.
Could it be a bad thing, though?
Definitely I'd watch that.
You don't think it could be a bad thing?
Nah, there's nothing wrong with being competitive.
You don't think it could stop?
when it comes to a competitive
it could
sport.
start like a, you know, like kind of a thing on the team where they're like, Kobe still thinks he's like the man. He doesn't want to pass the ball. He's gonna try to outshine us all.
No, I mean, have you watched the exhibition game?
Yeah, I've seen that.
He only scored 4
Yeah,
points.
yeah,
He only scored 4 points, and you know, there were good shots, but outside of that, it was Durant. You know, he's not going to be that selfish player in the Olympic team. He doesn't need to be. Because when he plays for the Lakers, I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to be that player, but he kind of does at the same time. He kind of does stuff at the same time. So I don't think it'll cause any rift.
LeBron and Durant going to take over on the Olympic team.
Yeah, Carmelo's too. I think
Yeah,
Carmelo's made for the FIBA game, in my opinion.
That's true.
He's going to dominate in the paint.
Alright, guys. Well, this segment right here is called Are You Kidding Me? Jay, you want to start us off?
Yeah, Are You Kidding Me is on a very serious subject, in my opinion. Something that really rubs me the wrong way. More than rubs me the wrong way, it pisses me off. The Jerry Sandusky Penn State scandal is ridiculous. Bottom line, these people need to burn in hell. Anybody that feels a child's well-being is worth less than a school's reputation, when in all honesty, if they reported this man, the reputation would have been even better, in my opinion, because they reported one of their faculty members about this. It would have raised your reputation up and more, in my opinion. If I was a father and my son was going to college, I would send him to Penn State because it's like, man, y'all watch out for your kids. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Bottom line, Jerry Sandusky, I hope you burn in hell. I hope Joe Paterno, not wishing anything. I don't like to spill ill of the dead, but burn in hell, man, because you did the wrong thing. You did not do enough. Shame on yourselves. Are you kidding me?
They're keeping a statue up too at Penn State. They said until right now, until further notice, it's going to stay up. I think that's crazy.
No, it's absolutely crazy.
That's crazy. I don't know.
What do you guys think?
My Are You Kidding Me is why people think texting and driving is okay. I saw this stupid bitch. Almost fucking hit T-boned another car today. She drove through a red light while she was trying to text. Are you fucking kidding me?
Recently on YouTube, somebody posted a picture on Facebook with a sheriff, Travis County sheriff, texting on the highway on I-35. Took a picture of him texting on 35. Yeah, it's not okay. You're gonna kill people, man.
Both of them fools are crazy because one, this fool should have been texting, and two, this motherfucker should not be taking no picture of somebody.
It was a passenger. That was passenger. Yeah, you can tell from the passenger seat. But yeah, if it was a driver, like, you're even crazier than texting, maybe.
What do you got, Rick?
How Are You Kidding Me is for Jim Lampley, actually. I saw this dude wearing glasses with no lenses.
Oh, I see that too.
These people wearing glasses with no lenses. I wouldn't be surprised if the damn dudes are wearing contacts with no glasses. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? That's all I got to say about that.
All I know is I wear glasses, and if I didn't have to wear glasses, you guarantee I would not be wearing glasses. So people that wear just frames, come on, man. Are you kidding me?
That's funny.
All right, my Are You Kidding Me? It's kind of a good story. This guy, Robert Russell, he's from Texas. So it's kind of a local story for us. But this guy, man, let me tell you what happened to him 42 years ago. 42 years ago, his car was stolen. It pissed him off, too. It was $3,000. It cost a hell of a lot of money back then.
Right.
$3,000, I wasn't had to play with. It ain't nothing to play with now. The way the economy is. But so he lost his car 42 years ago, paid $3,000 for it. It pissed him off. And every day, he was like, man, let me make sure my shit ain't up here on eBay or something. He checked it 42 years straight, and then one day, he found his car on eBay.
Man.
Getting sold. He found his VIN number, checked the VIN number, it was getting sold in California. The car was worth $28,000. He wrote the place, told him that they had his car on eBay Motors, and he got his car back. He's got $28,000 in his pocket now, man. So if you get your shit stolen, keep on looking for it, man. It's out there somewhere.
42 years. Are you kidding me, man? That's some luck,
it's
man.
Worth it.
Luck.
That's wild.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching the show. Tune in next time when we do the top 5 receivers in the NFL. Thanks for subscribing. You got anything?
Once again, thanks for subscribing. Keeping tuned for next week. Top 5 receivers. We're going to continue to break down the top 5 of each position in the NFL going into the season. So keep a lookout for the next few episodes, y'all.
Yeah, man. Appreciate everybody, all the support.
What you got, Rick?
I just want to say, go New York Football Giants.
Dummers.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us on another episode of What You Talking About?
Y'all be easy.
With the finishing touch, get this, that. I'ma finish you before I finish this Dutch. I get high like the birds in the planes. I get high when bullets hit faces after birds exchange. I get a rush off the blood.
Seen this slide.